Let me get this lighting together. All right. So we're live. We're live everywhere. Hello, y'all. Welcome to the new challenge, right? So it's all about this new challenge before we get out of March. You know why? Because I got to thinking, right? Let me tell y'all what I was thinking about. So I got to thinking, like, I really disrupted these people with the massive growth challenge. And now I gotta give you some real solid tools that's gonna like help you move forward as we move into March. Because March we shutting it down, right? Okay, YouTube just YouTube just alerted me and said that some people are tuning in. Hey y'all over here. So if you see me looking around, that's because I got three screens going. Okay, we got three screens going. So I was just thinking about like I've disrupted these people. You know how I know I disrupted you? It's been so beautiful, like the experience when you position yourself into a giving, like you're in the energy of giving, and you just never know that like who you're going to impact, right? Like I didn't know that I was going to have such a great impact on the 5 day challenge, the 5 day massive growth challenge, until people started talking to me about the transformation, right? So, some of the coaches called and like, Master Coach, you really make me sick because, you know, Coach Adam was like, now I gotta finish this comic book. Coach Marcus was like, now I gotta put this, this show out that I want. Coach Malia, she was just like, Master Coach, I had to catch the replays because I work second shift and I'm no longer working a second shift job. Like I don't have to, but it was safe for me because I didn't have to show up for nobody. And now you want to call me out and I gotta let it go. Go ahead and take that first shift and start showing up for myself and my business. So just all of these different voices that have been in gratitude has brought us to the second challenge. The second challenge for February, and we're going into positive mindset. And I really should have put massive positive mindset because y'all, we need massive movement, right? We need massive movement in order to have success in 2024. 2024 is not playing with us, right? Let me go ahead and turn the music off. So 2024 is already not playing with us. It's already wonkiness already happening, already great losses already happening. Like it's just crazy things that are happening. Those of you who are jumping in, go ahead and introduce yourself because we're gonna be here for a minute. And if you're gonna be here for a minute with us, you might as well just be a part of our heart community. That's what we call our community. We got people over here sending me likes and love over here on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook, and then we have TikTok over here. So go ahead and introduce yourself so we can connect with the energy and get it popping because we go get it popping, okay? And I'm just so super excited about this whole positive mindset challenge and how this is going to help us move. Thank you so much for the likes because, honey, I need all them likes. Tap the screen. I need all them likes and I need all the love. Listen over here, my StreamYard people that's connected to all of the other places. I need all of the love over here, okay? And so we're going to really get into this 5 days. I'm going to be here for 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so I can give y'all the tools that you're going to need to close the gap from what we just did on last week. Last week was all about massive growth and I disturbed your whole nervous system. So I'm going to help put it back together, right? And we're going to talk about, just some of the things that I have been studying, throughout my whole career of human behavior and things that we need in order to operate in just a positive zone because we are so governed, right? We're so governed, y'all, by negativity. Like negativity is just a thing. Hey, who will put me some hearts over here? Because you know that Facebook be tripping and don't be wanting me to know who y'all are. So go ahead and tell me your name. You just got to do it one time and then it'll pick your name up on my screen. So we're governed by so much negativity as if it's the norm. And y'all, it's not the norm. It is not the norm for us to be surrounded by so much negativity and to be a part of it. So I just want to help us to know. Hey, just suck it. That's my girl, Andrea. Hey, Andrea. So I just want us to know that you could go ahead and go against the grain. Like it's okay. Whoever just said, hey, Master Coach LaKendra, it's okay to go against the grain and really just operating your authenticity, because I'm gonna tell y'all, your authenticity, your authenticity is positive. It's connected to positivity. It's connected to your spiritual essence. And when we operate on the outside of that, that's when all hell breaks loose in our life, right? That's when we're frustrated, we're stressed out, we're attracting other negative folks, and all the things that are happening. If y'all haven't shared this out, go ahead and share this out. LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, over here. My favorite folks over here, TikTok, because we're gonna go deep and we're gonna be here for a minute, because this is really kind of like a workshop, right? So I'm gonna try to dialogue as much as possible, but we got Nappy Coach over here. She can do a shout out to folks who are coming in, and whoever's over here on this side, just welcome people in, right? So I don't lose too much train of thought. I do have some notes down, but y'all know how I be. Hey, Steph. So the first thing I want to do is I just kind of want to dive into understanding the power of thought. If y'all are ready, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all are ready, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all already put a 1 in the chat, because that means that you got your water, unlike I do. Where the hell is my water? How did I not bring water and sit it right here? That is crazy. Because so eventually y'all know I'm gonna have to get up and go get some water. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready, so we can go ahead and start dissecting day 1, so you can feel confident and you can feel assured that we're gonna be okay as we go through this process. Okay, so we're talking about the introduction of thought and body chemistry. Now, if you didn't know, if you walking around here like Negative Bob and Negative Nancy and Susan and Shaniqua and Lil Poo Poo, Cousin Poo Poo, and all of them, if that is you, the reason that you can't pull yourself out of it is because you've had a chemistry reaction in your body. Your nervous system has been erupted, right? So y'all got to be able to follow me, because we just ain't out here teaching this stuff because, like I said, we're governed by negativity. The world wants us to operate in negativity. You know why? Because that's how it stays rich. When we are stressed out and we running amok and we can't think for ourselves, medication, hospital bills, all that aids in our body into connecting to diseases and all of the things. Y'all do know that, right? Hey, Master Coach. Hey, Stephanie. So I need for y'all to follow me, right? So, some days we be like hoopla over here, and some days I got to really educate you. So if you are in a negative mindset, let's just say you can't get out of the negative mindset thoughts. Let's just say you're always thinking negative. Let's just say you're always telling yourself that it's impossible, that you can't get ahead, that you can't find the right mate for yourself. Let's just say we really are in that thought process. You're always looking at your body negatively. You're always looking at just anything about you. You're always just looking at it negatively. And I want to tell you that you have really disrupted your whole nervous system, and your body has had a chemical reaction, right? So at the end of the day, my background is in sociology, psychology. I love it. I love researching. I love, creating my theories and testing my hypotheses. Like that's all the things that I love. And so the science, when you look at the science of thought, right? And you look at the brain's response to thought. I never forget when I was mentored by Monk Tashi. I started my mentorship with him when I was 27, and I was with him from like 27 to 31 years old. And he took us through this mindset class that really helped us to learn how to alter our brain responses. Freaking amazing, right? It was freaking amazing. And so when you're thinking about the science behind thought, right? You have to understand that the brain, when we're in negative thought, it connects to a chemical. If you know what the chemical is, put it in the chat. If you know what the chemical is, when your body connects to a negative thought, what chemical releases in the body? Do y'all know? Because I want to talk to y'all. Okay, so while y'all are typing it out, I'm going to also tell you it's cortisol. So when the brain releases different chemicals based on the nature of our thought, your stress hormone is like cortisol, right? It's for negative thoughts. Your feel good hormone, right? Thank you. What is the feel good hormone? Do y'all know what the feel good hormone is? So when you're thinking in positive thoughts, when you know everything is going to work out for the good, right? When you tapped into your when you're tapped into your belief system, and you're really operating in faith, and you're showing up no matter what. Yes, I like how y'all are communicating with me. We got oxytocin over here, we got dopamine over here. Excellent. So I'm with some people who know what they're talking about. So the hormone, your serotonin and your dopamine, that's released when you're in positive thoughts. So just imagine when you're constantly in a negative thought process. Nothing is ever right. My kids get on my damn nerves. My spouse, they get on my nerves. No, I'm talking about you can't say anything good about anybody. I hate this. I need a new bed. My mattress too hard. I can't fit these pants no more. I gained too much weight. Like, I mean, my coworkers are getting on my nerves. My neighbors are too loud. Constantly. You're not even aware that it's happening. And that's because you had a chemical disruption in your body. So now, these chemicals, they're not balanced anymore. They like this. Y'all feeling me? They're like this. And that's the science of thought. That is the brain's responses to thought. So on last week, we talked about massive growth, and I really got into y'all. We talked about, the involvement of fear. We talked about fear being exactly who we are now, and looking at where we want to go, and having every no, I can't, every limited belief, everything that's saying that you can't get there, or it's going to take too long for you to get there. We talked about it. I disrupted y'all. But one thing you did do, because we talked about being a part of community, moving regardless. I don't care. You don't have to do it in perfection. You just got to do it in progress. And so y'all started moving, and now you're moving, and now I need to give you some tools to stay moving. Because even in movement, just because you said yes, doesn't mean that all hell is still not going to break loose. People don't want to give us the real, y'all. Just because you're doing what you're supposed to do doesn't mean that all hell will not break loose. Just because you putting it down under the sheets, you cooking, you cleaning, don't mean your man is still gonna do what he need to do. Or your woman, just because you want bought a couple of flowers and you want, spent a little money on it, don't mean that she gonna start doing what she need to do. Just because, now you went to a parent teacher conference, you asking your kids how they doing and all the things, don't mean that now you're going to be this kumbaya family. Just because you went to work on time every day and you showing up in excellence, don't mean you supposed to get a raise or a promotion. It means that you're now in flow, and now you're balancing the chemical reaction in your body, and you need to stay. You need to stay in that massive movement. It actually means all hell is about to break loose. That's what it And y'all, that's the reason why my job that I do, that I love doing, is, the most unfavorable. Like, you would rather go and buy you a nice dress, or, splurge on a fancy purse, or, my dudes, they gonna go get their wheels polished and get the car, get the nice watches and all the things. You rather go and buy the external thing, because that's gonna make you look good. But I'm telling you, you're going to always come back to me. And I don't want y'all to come to me when you're completely broken. That's the reason why I'm doing this. And there's no strings attached to this. It's just like, I did a 5-day challenge last week, and I released y'all. It was just like, it ain't an upsell. It's none of that. I just enjoy doing it, because the more happy people we have in this world, the more happy leaders that we have in our hearts in our community, the better our children are, the safer our communities are, the better we can thrive together. And so we got to show up and do this stuff for each other, right? So let's talk about, the effects. I want to talk about the effects that negative thinking can have on your body. If y'all already put a 1 in the chat, put a 1 in the chat, because I'm going to need for y'all to take notes, because you're going to have an aha moment. You're going to have a complete aha moment in a minute, because you're going to be like, oh, this is why this is happening to me. Yes. Okay. Y'all are ready over here. Thank you, Clean Solutions. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Nappy Coach, and my friends in my heart community over here. So listen, when you have a negative thought, just think about it, right? I need the brain. We need to go into reflection. Okay. Let's just say you and your spouse, y'all are arguing, right? You found out something your spouse did or did not do. And immediately you start thinking negative thoughts because you're upset, right? And remember, we talked about that chemical that releases in our bodies, right? A chemical reaction happens in our body that cortisol releases in our body immediately. But you can switch. You can switch it at any time. But if you hold that thought longer than 3 minutes, it's science-based, y'all. You can look it up. If you hold that thought longer than 3 freaking minutes, then you have a total disruption, a total chemical reaction that's happening in your body. You keep repeating, hey, I keep repeating. Am I still repeating? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm still repeating myself. Maybe you can log out and log back in, but is everybody else good? Are we good over here on TikTok? Am I good? Or am I on a mix? Just put good in the chat if I'm good. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. I'm good over here too. Okay, awesome. So listen, y'all. It is so important that you learn how to redirect your mindset. You have the power to do that. You have the power to choose whether or not you want to be angry. It's a whole different emotion when it's just like, I'm disappointed in you. Like, damn, you disappointed me again. And not take it personal, because I will say, when people continue to do things to you like that same behavior, it's just really who they are. And it has nothing to do with you. It's just who they are. You get to now choose whether or not you want to coexist in their mess, because it's affecting your chemical reaction in your body. And when you're having these chemical reactions in your body, when you're holding on to that negative thought, like, you know what they say, don't go to bed mad. Don't go to bed mad. That's a whole, listen, when we're supposed to be sleeping, our bodies are supposed to be rejuvenating itself. Our cells are being replenished. Sleep is almost like going to attend to the garden. Your mind is a garden. Thank you. Your body is a garden. So when we go and attend to our garden when we are asleep, we're pruning, we're mineralizing, we're putting vitamins in the soil, we're watering the soil, and we're growing. But when you go to bed mad and thought, man, it's hard for the garden to get attended to. It's so hard for the garden to get attended to. So what's happening is the chemical reaction in your body is building. Thank you so much. Thank you for I reached my goal because of Coach Clifton McDreamy Anderson. Thank you so much. So all those noises they're just so funny. Hey Jorge, hey, how you doing? Y'all know I'm ADHD. That threw me all the way off. It was like ching ching, bling bling bling. Okay, anyway, focus, Lakendra. So listen, y'all. You're sleeping on the negative thought when your garden is supposed to be growing, right? Grounding deeper in new roots. So there could be a new bud growing out. But you're killing your flowers. It's your brain. It's your heart. And constantly being in the mindset, a negative mindset, it increases your stress hormone levels. Think about the last time you were angry. You were angry at somebody, you was disappointed, and you couldn't shake yourself from that energy. Wasn't you stressed out? Right? Continuously, your body is continuously releasing that cortisol and that adrenaline, right? And now you stress the freak out. It's hard for you to come down off of it. It's hard for you to go into easy world. That's my favorite saying. I choose easy world where everything is easy. If I can't go into easy world, I might as well just lock myself up in the house, because it's a choice. It's a choice for you to stay angry. It's a choice for you to stay disappointed and mad and upset, just in that negative mindset. So that's one effect. Your stress hormone level is going to shoot up. And I can only imagine how much cortisol and adrenaline do we have in our bodies. See, I don't even know all that. Don't we eventually run out of this stuff? Let me make y'all think about this. I'll never forget when I was going through my mentoring program, Monk Tashi asked me, if you could be anything, what would it be? I'm gonna ask you too. If you could be anything, what would it be? If you want to share it, put it in the comment. Those of you who are over here, if you could be anything, what would you be? What do you want to be? Right? And I thought about that. I asked him, do I have to answer it today? And he said, no, you don't have to answer it today. So when I went back for my next session, I said, I figured it out. I figured out what I want to be. And he said, what do you want to be? Right? I can only imagine what he thought I was going to say. I said, is it any way possible where I could just become love? Like LOVE. Is it any possible way? Is it any possible way where I could just get back to my creator, which is love? Can I do that? I'm already it. That's beautiful. And that's it. That's exactly what he told me, Nappy. He said, well, you just become it. You just have to become love in your everyday practice and how you show up for yourself, how you treat other people, how you think. No one is in here. No one knows what you're really thinking but you. And if you are a person that's always in a negative mindset, I'm teaching you something today. That's first of all, I'm giving you the reason why you're always in negative mindset, because you have so much cortisol released, that chemical that's released in your body, and it's overbearing. It's so overbearing with all of the feel good, your dopamine, your serotonin. It's like this. You got like this much, of the feel good chemical, and this much of that negative chemical. So that's the reason why you're always stressed out. Even when you're trying to sleep, you never feel like you're rested. Even when you sit down and take a deep breath, like the breath doesn't even mean anything because you're so stressed out. You always got migraine headaches. Your body is always aching. So you can literally take control of that. And we're going to do an exercise later because y'all know I do this for 90 minutes. So I'm on for 90 minutes and I get off. Okay. Because let's go over the second effect. Y'all, thank you for being in here, everybody. I appreciate it. The second effect is it will impact your immune system. Did y'all know that? Folks who's always sick, every other week you got a little common cold. It ain't nothing common about having a runny nose, about, having a congested nose, coughing, feeling bad. It ain't nothing normal about that. You will have your body is going through a chemical breakdown because of negative interactions that's happening internally. So you impact your immune system, which prolongs exposure to what? Cortisol and adrenaline, right? And it suppresses the immune system. And it makes the body more, prone to illnesses, prone to cancer, prone to diabetes, prone to heart disease, prone to depression, prone to the bipolar disorder. All the things, mental health and physical health, are connected. Spot on. Y'all feeling me? So this negative thought, that's 5 days, y'all. We're going to be getting into this stuff because we have to be educated in order to reflect and then decide which team we going to join. Who's the team? Your good versus your bad. You got to join the good team, which means that you gotta do some work. You got to show up and you got to do some work for yourself. If you don't show up and do work for yourself, high stress levels, impacted immune system. Let's go ahead and get into the third one. Increased blood pressure. Your blood pressure is always up, right? Your stress hormones can cause temporary increase in blood pressure. Blood pressure causes what? If it's too high, it can cause a stroke. We got young people having strokes because our young people are stressed out, right? And not only does it affect, your blood pressure being up, which impacts your mood, because now you got foggy brain, you got blurred vision. Listen, all of these things impact who we are when we're carrying around these negative thoughts and we cannot pull ourselves. It's like a tug of war. Like we're in a tug of war and we can't win. We can't win. So hopefully I'm on your good side and I'm helping you pull that rope so you can win. I need for y'all to start winning. You know why? Because it'll be so much more pleasant on social media. If we really start thinking like that for each other, like if I show up positively and I don't even know who this person is, I'm just going to tell them, have a great day. If I can deposit a positive feeling, a positive emotion, positive energy into somebody else, maybe they'll do it to somebody else too. And then we can just have all of this positive serotonin, dopamine energy, that's a beautiful world, y'all. But that ain't the world we live in. We live in a world that promotes negativity. You know how I know that? Because I'll never forget I had a troll to come on my page. They said some of the most horrific things. I reported it. What came back was, it's really not a violation. It was totally a violation. And if everybody was on this positive mindset, this massive growth of, just making the world a more of a beautiful place, they should have been banned immediately because the proof was there. Like I'm not for the, the lying and the bullying and the stuff like that. I'm not for that. But I had the proof. The proof was there, was in the pudding. You get that spoon and it was there. There should have been a penalty, right? Hey, hey goddess, hey beautiful. So we live in a world that promote this stuff. Why? Because they want our immune system to be impacted. They want our stress levels to be high. They want our blood pressure to be high. You know why? Because the medical field, and not even just the medical field, the pharmaceutical arena is it's a $1 trillion industry. So everybody really is about money. Everybody just want to make money. And they're making money off of our negative mindset. They're making money off of the choices that we're choosing as humanity. And we can take control of that by being what? Responsible for self. SELF. I didn't say selves. I said self. SELF. If you just be responsible for yourself, then you can model what that looks like for the next person that you influence. This is the reason why I help leaders lead with love. My avatar are thought leaders, entrepreneurs, people who feel they have some type of authoritative position. Those are the people that I serve, because if we become responsible for ourselves, then we can impact the people that are around us, right? And help with high stress levels, help with compromised immune systems, right? You shouldn't be having a cold every other month. It's not good for the body. That means that your body is compromised. That means that daily your cortisol and your adrenaline levels are so high that your immune system can't even fight off any type of infection. So you want to stop being sick? This is something that my doctor told me years ago. Every other month, I was in the freaking hospital because of massive sinus infections. Well, in the medical industry, oh, it's okay. Having a sinus infection is just fine. It is not fine. It is not fine for our bodies to operate in sickness. So I started to dig a little deeper of why am I always having a sinus infection? I immediately just did some research, and I went on a fast, and I cut out meat. I just cut out all meat, like literally went cold turkey, boom, cut out all meat, started fasting. 6 months later, I did not have any more sinus infections. And I was practicing just being happy. Like this is when I was kind of like going through therapy and really trying to get my life together, y'all. I was an emotional wreck, right? I was always just in my negative stinking thinking, saying why I can't do something, why my life is this way, why I'm not where she is, why I'm not where he is. I was always in that mindset. But when I started changing my mindset and changing a little part of my diet, I had a sinus infection, and I can't even remember, because this was years ago. It is not normal for you to have the common cold. Isn't that cute how they name? Oh, that's just common. That's something that should happen. No, it shouldn't. You should be able to get through a year without having major sickness. You should be able to get through 365 days without having major sickness. They lack bedside manners and compassion. So listen, I'm just giving y'all the game. Remember, you can come over here and get the game for free, because that's just what we do. We are a heart community, and if we don't start impacting each other with positive communication, then listen, we're going to be losing, y'all. The Sharks are winning. The sharks in our society are winning. So this is the reason why I want to do this for you. I want to do this for you. The next thing, listen, I'm just to mess you up. The science behind thoughts, that's what we're talking about right now, right? The impact of negative thoughts, those negative thoughts that you sit with every day about why you ain't good enough, why you too fat, why why you can't pay your bills, all the things, and it's just impacting you. And you having these thoughts 3 minutes at a time. That's the number. I want you to keep that in your mind. 3 minutes at a time, you're impacting the chemical processing in your body. And it affects your digestive processing. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know, those of you who constantly constipated, you constipated all the time, you don't know when the last time you went to the bathroom. Baby, that is not good. First of all, I be mad. I be mad. Thank you for my heart. I be mad when I wake up. The first thing I want to do is go to the restroom. And I be mad when I wake up and it don't happen, because the first thing, this is what I do to my body. Okay, we not gonna go to the bathroom because I talk to myself as if whatever. That's just how I be doing. So I just be like, okay, so we not gonna go to the restroom right now. What is going on? Like, did we not have good sleep? I'm comforting myself. Well, I love you. I'm touching my belly. Well, I love you. And if we didn't rest well, I'll make sure I take a nap today, because we gotta even feed the digestive processing in our body, because that's your first brain. Go talk to your doctor about it. You can literally go talk to your doctor about this stuff. And if it's a good doctor, they'll have the conversation with you. All of the everything before it even gets to this brain, it's in this brain. It's right in here. And just imagine all of your stress is carried in your gut, right? Stress can slow down, or it can speed up your digestive processing. That's the reason why we have the gastrointestinal issues, the discomfort. Like, it's something always going on in our stomach. Like, oh, my stomach hurt. Oh, I got diarrhea. Oh, I'm constipated. Oh, about the stomach. Because stress impacts it. And for me, that's where mental illness starts, right here. It starts right here in the gut. When you hungry, what's your mood? Baby, my husband, he turned into the crap. I don't even want to fool with that dude. I don't even want, when we leave the house, I'd be like, did you eat something? Because I can't even deal with him. He turns into a whole nother person when he's hungry. Like, I don't like it. So I'd be like, why don't you just eat? You turn into Incredible Hulk. So feed that brain. You gotta take care of your gut, right? So, I'm almost 50 and hangry, right? Exactly. Hey, that's my sister-in-law on there. Hey, sis, y'all, and y'all need to stop doing it to yourselves, because we should not have to tolerate. Carry a banana, some crackers, put something in your purse so you can eat. So I just lost my train of thought. I really wanted to say something. It was so important. Anyway, it'll come back to me. So your negative thoughts can impact your digestive processing. And you don't want negative thoughts to impact your digestive processing, because here is where it all began. I had an upset stomach this morning because I drank some fiber. I drank some fiber water last night because I'm on this. I've been doing like this medication. Well, it's not really a medication because it's all natural. But sometimes you can just have like constipation. TMI, but we gonna hear for real talk, right? So we gonna hear for real talk. Y'all good with it? Okay. So I hate when I do not go to the restroom. It disrupts my whole emotional being. I need to use the bathroom every day because I know how important it is to do that. So I just been taking like this little fiber drink at night. Well, last night I decided to drink 2. Why? I don't know. First of all, I have ADHD and I probably forgot that I drank 1 and I ended up drinking 2. And the reason why I know that I drank 2 is because I found 2. I have this little small trash can next to my bed, and I saw 2 packages in there when I woke up this morning on fleek, right? I was on fire. And my stomach was so upset because it was too much fiber to put in my body at one time, and then I slept on it. So I don't like having stomach issues. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I'm almost 50. I'm almost 50, y'all. And my doctor said, okay, it's time for you to go have, what you call that thing where they clean you out. What is it called, y'all? What is it called? Y'all tell me. Where they clean you out. What is it called? I want to say it, so I'm going to give y'all a minute to put it in the chat because I know I'm talking to some smart people. What is it called where you got to go? Colonoscopy. Yeah, so it's time. Wait a minute. Who is excited about it, though? My doctor told me, he was like, girl, you are the weirdest, but my favorite patient. He said, it's time for you to go have your colonoscopy. And I was like, yes. But then it was like, oh, we got to put you to sleep. And I'm like, so I have so I was born with a chemical imbalance, right? And so me nor my brother, we don't do well with anesthesia. And so that's what prolonged it. Because they was like, oh, well, we have to put you to sleep. And I was just like, I gotta be put to sleep for a colonoscopy. They was like, yeah. So I'm gonna make sure that I have it before fall, but I'm excited about having it. Like, I'm excited about, I need for you to go in and I need for you to tell me what it is that I need to improve and work on. And we need to stop running away from diagnosis. Y'all see how I took a break right there? We need to stop running away from diagnoses. You need to go and properly get checked out, because the stress that we carry in our bodies when you don't know what's going on in your body, it's just making it grow. Remember, I told you we're like a garden. So regardless if you're planting good or bad, baby, it's rooted inside of you and it's going to grow. So I need for you to go to the doctor. I need for you to go to the dentist. I need for you to go get your eyes checked. I need for you to go to whatever. If whatever is bothering you, you need to go to the doctor. I need for you to get your annual exam. Well, I don't have insurance, Master Coach. Well, that needs to be in your budget. An annual, at least. It needs to be in your budget. And all you got to do is connect with your doctor and say, hey, can I just do a payment plan? So by the time it's time for me to have my annual, that visit will already be paid for. It ain't no different than you doing a payment plan on a layaway or some shit that you don't need no way. It ain't no different. Do a payment plan on your health. Y'all feeling me? Okay, because y'all know when I take a pop. Those of you who are new to me, hey, I'm Master Coach Lakendra. I'm the founder and CEO of the Global Life Coach Training and Entrepreneur Institute, and I help leaders lead with love by teaching them life coaching principles, which teaches us how to be responsible for ourselves so we can have massive growth and help others have massive growth. That's what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna always be talking that talk about. I'm gonna need for y'all to take care of yourself. I'm gonna need for you to take care of yourself. Okay. So the other effect, right? Are y'all writing this stuff down? The effect of your negative thinking, it can impact your stress hormone levels. It can impact your immune system. It can impact your digestive processing. It can impact your blood sugar. This is how I know my blood sugar is up, right? I can feel it. I can feel the difference in my body. Like after I've eaten something, right? When you have a spiked blood sugar, it's so problematic. It affects my vision because I've been diagnosed with diabetes, right? I've been diagnosed with it, my mama, my brother, my granny, but that don't mean that I can't control mine just because all them other people. Then y'all hear me out, because we will make it okay. We will make it okay because mama was diagnosed with it and granny was diagnosed with it and our siblings. We'll make it okay. And to the point where we don't take massive action. That's the reason why last week we dealt with massive action. So I I'm always taking massive action because I don't like the way my body feels when my blood sugar levels are high, because it becomes very problematic to my vision. My on some days I can't even see this far. Like I have to put my glasses on because I wear glasses. But this is how I know that my stress levels are down. Because I literally forget that I wear glasses. Now I don't have like 20/20, but it's there. I'll be like, oh hey baby, I can see a little bit without putting my glasses on. I'm rolling with it today. And immediately when my stress level goes up, I can't see shit. It just be like I be squinching and all the things. That blood, and you cannot even have a diagnosis of diabetes and your blood sugar levels be impacted, because it's one of the chemical reactions that happens in our body, right? It's one of the chemical reactions. Dry mouth, like, oh my gosh, why am I so thirsty? Dry mouth, like all of that is connected to your blood sugar. So holding them negative thoughts longer than 3 minutes, those of you who are just popping in, hey y'all, hey, welcome to the heart community. We talking about how we be holding on to negativity longer than 3 minutes. You got to stop doing that because it is disrupting your body. And we have to stop. We have to learn how to rechannel, release the stress as much as possible, release the negative thoughts, take it away from you. It don't belong to you no way. You mad at him. You mad at her. Let them deal with their own stress. You need to go back to your natural state. Our natural state is not emotionally chaotic. And it's not, in negative mindset. So sometimes you gotta release people with their own energy because it don't belong to you anyway, right? And let's talk about the last one. So we done talked about stress. We're gonna talk about the immune system. We're gonna talk about blood pressure. We're gonna talk about digestive processing. We're gonna talk about our blood sugar. And now it's just mental health, period. Period. The sustained negative thinking can lead folks who have anxiety all the time, your irritability. Oh, I match energy. I don't like that. If you a matching energy person, you can just stay over there. Because I don't know what type of energy you have. And I'm always trying to stay in Zen. So I don't like the matching energy. If you a match energy person, that's a sign of mental illness. You know that? Because that means that your body, your chemical reaction in your body is so disrupted that you are easily persuaded. Your emotions are easily persuaded by another emotion, whether you know them or not. It's like being on social media and we be in battles. I'm not going to even say we. I be trying to say we, so because it irritates people when you always say you, but I don't do this. So I'm not going to say we. Those of you, how about that? Those of you who be in battles with people that you don't even know, that is not cute. And it's not normal. It's not normal that you allow an unknown energy to invade your body and allow your emotions to go so out of whack, or even to make a negative thought about somebody you don't even know, or to even be in somebody's business that you don't even have an emotional attachment to. It ain't normal. So the impact of our negative thoughts, it increases anxiety, depression, and irritability. That 0 to 100 real quick. That ain't normal and it ain't cute. And the more, remember I told you the continuous levels of stress and negative thought that you have is more exposure to cortisol and adrenaline. Both of them mixed together, child, you all over the place. And there's no self-control. There's none. And so when we're constantly impacted by this type of disruption, this type of chemical disruption in our body, when we're constantly impacted, what does the long-term picture look like, Master Coach? Somebody asked me that. Master Coach, what does the long-term picture? Because, child, you got my mind. Like, I need to make some changes. What does the long-term impact, what does it look like? It looks like chronic. Look up the word chronic. It looks like chronic stress. It's all the muscle tensions in your body. Your body don't ever feel relaxed. You don't even know what that feels like anymore. You always have neck tension, shoulder tension, lower back tension, thigh. I never forget when I used to travel. I used to go to the Philippines 4 times a year because I have a school over there in the Philippines, right? And I used to go over there 3 or 4 times a year, and it used to just stress my body out. And I never forget, I went to an energy masseuse there, love her to death. And I went to see her, and she said, it's something different after the massage. She said it was something so different in your body this time. It was in your back thighs, in your calf muscle. And I was like, what? And I researched it, how stress just moves throughout the muscles in our body. And so I literally had 5 treatments with her before I went home. 5 treatments. And she told me, before you travel, the next time before you travel, I want you to go through some energy. I need for you to do some energy healing. I need for you to go through some massive, relaxation, because your body, it's just too tense. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. But in my thighs, I wasn't even feeling it in my thighs, but it made sense. All of the sitting and, the prolonged sitting and all of the things. So we're talking about chronic stress, y'all, that's in the body and the effects of it. And no, I ain't a doctor. No, I'm not a medical board doctor, but I am a mental health specialist. I've been doing this for a long, 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 long time. And we're all married to each other. Medical, mental health, science, we're all married to each other. And that's the reason why I just chose this side of the world that I want to be on. I chose the coaching side because it's a little bit more freeing. It's a little bit more positive for me, like the support that we get to, to have with our clients and with ourselves. Like, we can't grow. We can't get our clients to grow without us growing. Do you know that I had a coach, Coach Phillip, may he rest in peace. He was one of my oldest coaches. He was like 72 or 73 years old when he passed away. And his avatar were doctors, medical doctors. And in his research, he found that medical doctors, real PhD, MD doctors, had the highest suicide rates here in the US. So we're talking about the doctor where they do be going to see your family practitioner, your surgeon, the highest suicide rates. And all of the research, and I used to read like all of his, programs that he would make, because he would send them to me to kind of look at. And they were so impressive because he added coaching, mechanics to it that made doctors take the doctors that he was coaching, take massive control of their own teachings. This is why I love coaching. And this is the reason why coaching can get in bed with all professions. Just imagine that. Like coaching is all. You understand what I'm saying? We can get in bed with everybody. Did y'all hear me? I had to whisper it because I don't know if I can say that live, but that's my mouth. We can get in bed with everybody. Because what I love about the coaching industry is the coaching industry will make you see yourself in the gap of where you are and where you need to grow into, regardless of what profession that you're in. So he had got into bed with the medical profession, and he was really helping doctors, our doctors that we go see, who tell us what we need to do, but they don't be doing. And that's why I love when someone says, I'm a certified life coach, because it's a difference. It's a whole difference. When somebody tell me that they're a trained coach, then it automatically let me know that they are responsible for their own personal growth. And they're working on their own progression into massive growth. And I would rather deal with those type of people, because then it's like, you're not going to be looking at me and thinking that I need to be perfect, because we know that perfection doesn't exist. It just does not. It don't. Okay. Some comments in this live were filtered. Why they do that? Hey, coach. why they filtering us? Is it because I had said that HOE word? I don't know, child. I'm trying to watch my mouth. Okay. I'm just being my authentic self. So let's get back into it. So when we're talking about the impact of these negative thoughts, you holding them in your mind for 3 minutes. In a minute, I'm going to set a timer so you can see exactly what 3 minutes feel like. You constantly thinking about it. You constantly thinking about what you gonna do to him, because he ain't answer your phone calls. You constantly thinking about what you gonna do to her because she ain't answer your phone calls. You constantly thinking about the negativity of why you didn't get the promotion. I just knew that I'm a poor interviewer. I knew I wasn't gonna get it because I don't interview good. I knew I wasn't gonna get that position because you had to take a test and I don't test well. And you do it, and you just letting that replay like a broken record over and over and over in your mind. Y'all feeling me? So your body has no choice but to have a disruption, this chemical disruption. Now you got all of this cortisol and this adrenaline in your body that's agreeing with the thoughts. Great info, sis. Thank you. Oh, that's my... Girl, I miss you. Can I see you in 2024? Like, I totally miss you, Anise. Erica, Anise. So y'all, we have to eliminate as much negativity as possible. We have to eliminate a lot in order for us to heal the best way that we can. We already fighting against other factors. We fighting against water pollution. We fighting against food pollution. We fighting against the infected negativity that society give us, that we have to be able to control ourselves. Chronic pain, it is a such thing. Chronic stress, right? Amir, Roxy, I need that hat. Of course you do. That's my auntie, y'all, which means that I'm just gonna have to order her one because I love this hat too. Okay, so chronic, and this is the new CC, so that means that I can order you one, because that means that it's still on the shelf. Okay, so let's get back focused. That's long term. That's the long term picture. Okay, so dang, are we gonna talk about this the whole time? Or you just gonna drill us about the negative? No, because what kind of coach would I be if I don't really give you the tools? I had to paint the real picture for you first, and I had to give you the example so you connect. If you connected, put connect in the chat. Oh, I connected. Just put connect in the chat, because now I'm supposed to help you with transforming the thought processes, the thought patterns. How do we do that? How do we get into mindfulness, and how do we get into positive thinking? What are the strategies, Master Coach? I don't want to have high blood pressure. I don't want to have gut issues, and I don't want to be sick. I don't want to have the common cold every other month, because it ain't common for you to be having a freaking cold. You should be able to make it through the year without being majorly sick. You should be able to make it through. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Please share this out and tap that screen. If you over here, because it matters. It matters if we tap the screen over here. So if y'all can do that for me, I'll greatly appreciate it. So let's get into the long-term transformation of our thought patterns, the mindfulness. Okay, this is what it looked like. You and your boo, y'all into it, right? Y'all are having a heated conversation. 3-minute timer. Here's my phone. I'm supposed to put this, baby, I'm supposed to put this timer on so y'all can see just how much damage we do to our bodies. Hold on. Hey, Google, pull up a 3-minute timer.
Got it. 3 minutes. And that's starting now.
That's starting now. You feel me? Yeah, because I'm not the Apple chick. I am an Android chick. So don't y'all be hating. Okay. So we have the timer. It's on right now, but I want y'all to be able to see it. So here it is. I just and don't my hey Google, baby. He has such a condescending voice. I had to get used to him, right? Because sometimes I'll be like, hey, G, can you save this for me? And he'll say something like, can you repeat that again and be more clear? And I don't like the way he talked to me, but now I found love for his voice. I said, because out of the blue, it changed on me. Okay, look at this. 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Y'all see this? I gotta show it over here too. Y'all see this? Okay. For 3 minutes, you and your boo, y'all feuding with each other. You going back and forth with each other. I hate you. You don't never do. You did it again to me. Why? The chemical reaction is already like the chemical reaction in the body. It's already releasing. It's not releasing as fast because it's giving you time to redirect yourself. This is the beauty that I love about the body, because the body don't want to carry disease. It wants to be free. So 3 minutes, y'all, boom, you arguing, you cussing each other out. You at work, you mad, you angry because something didn't work out right. Your kids, they did something at school and you don't know how to just release. It's a release of the ego because I'm trying to teach you something right now. 58 seconds. Look at that. You constantly in the negative thought. You constantly in the battle, right? We have all of this chemical reaction, cortisol and adrenaline happening in the body. 3 freaking minutes. Before the 3 minutes is up, you have to learn how to redirect the thought. You have to learn how to take control, tone it down, stop matching energy, and stop going 0 to 100. There needs to be a 50. I be saying it to myself too. LaKendra, there has to be a 50. Look, 23 seconds. We still mad and angry and arguing with each other. What is happening to the body? Now after the argument, your head, what has happened? Your blood pressure up. This is the chemical reaction that happens to your body. Boom, 4 seconds. This is a long time. Do y'all feel me? Y'all hear that? Your body is like, oh, okay. Immune system disrupted. Hey, blood pressure disrupted. This is the music playing in your body. Digestive system disrupted. Hey. Mental health disrupted. Baby, you stressed out. You irritable. Anxiety. Y'all know I'm animated because this is the reason why I take life so seriously, because I am animated and I be having to have tangible examples. If that wasn't tangible enough for you, did y'all feel? I'm stressed out. I was stressed out waiting for the 3 minutes. That's how stressed out I be when I feel myself getting heated. Like my husband done said something. He on here. If he done said something out of whack or done something out of whack, I have to immediately like, what do I have to do, LaKendra? I have to start with the patterns in my mind. Mindfulness and positive thinking. It's the strategies that you got to have. right? I'm talking to myself. I'm talking myself down. If that means that I need to remove myself from the room, then I remove myself from the room. My ego, I no longer, that chick, she stay in timeout, and I'm going to keep her there, because when I let her win, all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. So you got to be able to take control of you, taking control of your thoughts. So this is what I normally say when I'm in conflict with somebody else. This is what I normally say to myself. Lakendra, this has nothing to do with you. The anger of this other person, they're just having a bad day, and it has nothing to do with you and your emotional state. Let them be mad, but you got to take control. And I'm constantly saying that to myself. What's up? My girl is here. What's up, girls on the Go LA? Hey, hey. And I'm constantly just redirecting the thought and not taking it personal. Because don't we take it personal? And we take it even more personal when it's somebody that we love and care about. But you got to be able to trick the mindset, because 3 minutes, didn't we just go through a 3 minute? I'm going to say it again. We just went through a whole 3 minute example of what it looks like when you hold on to the negative thought, when you hold on to the anger, when you hold on to the disappointment. You have to. It is your responsibility. Ain't nobody going to tell y'all this, but I'm giving it to you. It's your responsibility to put yourself back in control, right? In control, empowerment. You got to empower yourself. It sounds like it's impossible. You got to grow emotionally. Man, you better say it. You have to grow emotionally. And it's a hard thing to do. In the way that you know that you have no type of emotional intelligence, you could be having a simple conversation with somebody. They say something that goes against your belief system, or they say something that may, I don't know, they may say no to you, or they may talk about a team. Maybe they got their own team that's against and I'm talking about a sports team that's against your sports team, a political view that's against your political view. A religion or a spiritual practice that's against yours, and immediately you feel yourself become heated in the inside. It's already, the chemical reaction is already happening in your body. So it's not that you don't know, it's that you become irresponsible with having self-control. That's a 3-hour timer. Y'all make me sick. I always noticing stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put it on 3 minutes. That is so funny. We would have been sitting here. I've been like, oh my God, shit, we dead at that time if I would have kept it on 3 hours. That is crazy. That is some craziness. Let me take it off for 3 hour. I can't even put it on. That's because I'm so dependent on Google. Hey, Google, can you put me on a 3 minute timer?
All right, 3 minutes, starting now.
Did y'all hear the condescending tone? He was like, this is how he said this to me. All right, what's wrong with your brain? What's wrong with your fingers? I can't stand him. I need to get another voice, because I have a love-hate relationship with him. You have to listen and hear most people tell. Okay, so listen, we back on the 3. I'm gonna pick it up in a minute. We back on the 3 minutes, because just imagine you holding on to the stress and the tension longer than 3 minutes. When you're holding on to it longer than 3 minutes in your body, y'all, the chemical reaction, the breakdown, is hard to come out of. You have to fight harder. So you have to take control. You got to take control of your thoughts. You have to cultivate what it is that you want to feel, even in the pain, even when you're sad and you're angry and you're frustrated. I know that it can happen because, my avatar for years were kids. I used to work with youth who, they were diagnosed with an emotional disturbance. And I used to teach this to kids, and they would get it. They would understand the chemical breakdown in their body. Their hands are sweaty. Their palms are sweaty. Their breathing is heavy. They feel the fogginess happening in their mind where they're not thinking clearly. And I used to teach this to them. You can take control of everything physically that is happening in your body so you don't pop off. I need for you to stop popping off. Breathing helps. It does help. It does help. And I teach meditation all the time. I used to teach it all the time. But for those of us who don't believe in that type of stuff, look, 1 minute, y'all still arguing, you still mad. You still telling yourself you're not good enough. You still telling yourself, oh, I'm so dumb. Why did I even say that? Why did you say that, LaKendra? That was so dumb of you. It's going on for 3 minutes in your mind, 53 seconds. It's still going on. You look so fat. Why? Oh my gosh. I need to lose some weight. I just look fat. I look horrible in that. And you thinking that thought for 3 freaking minutes. Look, 38 seconds. You can't break it. You just can't break it from your mind. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to you. You hold that thought for 3 minutes in your mind, 28 seconds. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to show you the impact, the negative impact it's going to have on your body. I was put in the corner, child. I was too. 16 seconds. You hold it on to it. You idiot. Why didn't you get that done? Now our lights is off. Now we got the foreclosure, and you're just constantly thinking of yourself that way. And then boom, this is what the chemical reaction feels like in your body. This is what it sounds like. Hey, okay, increased hormone levels, stress hormone levels are high. That immune system, oh, now you're sneezing, you coughing up mucus, you got a little earache. It's happening. Your blood pressure is high. You wondering, oh my gosh, where is this migraine coming from? Because you just had a whole freaking 3-minute argument. You just held this emotion for a full freaking 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, my stomach is hurting. Why is my stomach hurting? Why do I feel queasy? Why am I constipated? Because the chemical reaction is happening in your body. Oh my God, my blood pressure is up. Why is my vision blurry? All of these things, y'all, the stress, the irritability. 3 minutes. So all of you folks who listening to me, this is why my coaches be mad at me, because I dump all the responsibility in their lap. When you know better, you get to choose to do better. Stress is the worst, baby. It is the worst. When you know better, you don't do better, or we'll be doing better every day. It's a choice that you get to choose to do, to make for yourself. Don't keep yourself trapped. I'm going to be so embedded in y'all heads. I'm telling you, you're going to be coming back and be like, Master Coach, I just be looking at the timer now. I'm going to get my word, my thought through. He's not going to get the last word, but I'm going to cut it off before them 3 minutes, because you don't want your body. Y'all, you don't want to have that breakdown. We don't want to have that breakdown, right? So we're going to practice something. I'm going to give you something to practice, right? And remember, I told you about, like, I have an inclusive community. And so I love talking about mindfulness, and I love talking about meditation, but everybody ain't there. Everybody is not there. And when I tell you I have an inclusive community, we have a whole Asia department in my institute. We have a whole African department in my institute. We have a whole Canadian department in our institute. Like, we're all over the places. So I have to be mindful of making sure that when I'm giving strategies, everybody feels comfortable. So those of you who practice breath work, that's beautiful. I love it. Meditation changed my life. It really taught me how to get centered with myself and how to control and how to evaluate what it is that I'm feeling. But I'm just to give you some simple, everyday Joe next door, Cindy next door things that you can do that should be very inclusive to helping you to get to the space where you can have control mindfully, right? And I call them just the simple things that we say to ourselves. We call them, in the helping profession, we call them affirmations, right? right? Showing some hearts, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We call it affirmations, but for those of you who don't really know about affirmations, right? Because we know social media travels far, far, and far. And I want everybody to feel comfortable when they come into the heart community. So we're gonna call it messaging that we tell to ourselves. So the first messaging that I want us to concentrate on is just a self-love and acceptance. Y'all write these down, right? Because I'm going to give you 3 that's going to help you for the rest of the week. The self-love and acceptance mindset, the positive talk, because we're talking about positive mindset. What is it that we need to say to ourselves, right? When we're feeling so frustrated, when we feel like we're being rejected, we feel like we're being overlooked, and we're not playing that thought in our mind for 3 minutes, like no one loves you. They don't see you. You should have finished that degree. They looking at you like you're dumb. All of the stuff we play in 3 minutes at a time, right? I just want you to say, I am valuable and I am impactful in every space I walk into. I am valuable and I am impactful in every space I walk into. I am valuable and I am impactful in every space I walk into. The negative thought is there, you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Your mama said you weren't, and and you didn't do this, and you didn't do this for yourself. And everybody, all your friends that surpassed you, and used to say, "Cut it, hey, cut it out, cut it out." You little devil in there. I am valuable and I am impactful in every space I walk into. Just keep saying it to yourselves because you gotta beat the clock. Y'all gotta beat the clock. I am mindful. I am valuable and I am impactful in every space I walk into. I am valuable and I am impactful in every space I walk into. You run it, play it like a record for 3 minutes. Run it, just keep running it, keep running it, keep running it. That's the self-love and acceptance when you feel defeated and you feel like nobody is there for you. You got to learn how to be there for yourself. Y'all know that? You have to learn how to be there for yourself. Okay, give me another one, Master Coach. No problem. Let's talk about compassion and understanding, right? When you feel like you have no authority, when you feel like, you don't have a what is it? A fist in the fight. Y'all know I say all the sayings wrong. When you don't have a fist in the fight, when you feel like you're being dominated. When you're in your household, I'm valuing and impactful in every space I walk into. Yeah, that's it. When you feel like, your husband ain't listening to you, your wife ain't listening to you. How do you give yourself the compassion and the understanding? You say, I will lead with a heart full of compassion and understanding. I'm going to lead with a heart full of compassion and understanding. I'm going to recognize the unique value in myself. I need to recognize their unique value in myself. I am going to lead with a heart full of compassion and understanding. I am going to lead with a heart full of compassion and understanding. You don't got to stoop to their level. Just because they don't see the beauty and the value in you, don't mean that you got to program your mind into how they feel and think. You got to program your mind and how you want to show up for yourself. So I lead with a heart full of compassion and understanding, and I recognize my own unique value. Right? Compassion and understanding. We got to have self-love and acceptance. We got to have compassion and understanding. And then this is my favorite one. We got to have resiliency and courage, because we will shrink to everything. I'm not good enough. I'm shrinking. Oh my gosh, I can't dare do a live. I got to get my hair done. I got to put some eyelashes on. I got to lose 10 pounds. What are people going to think if I stutter? Baby, get it together, because you can. You were created in a mighty, grand image. You're powerful within your own right. You are full of compassion and understanding. You got to recognize your own unique value. You can go live. You can write that book. You can go speak on a stage. You can go through personal healing. You can quit that job and go find you another job or start your own business. Baby, you can do it all. But you got to have resiliency and courage. You got to have resiliency and courage. So you got to affirm your ability to face challenges. I didn't say that just because you're doing the work don't mean that all hell gonna break loose, because it's broken already. Like the enemy is already mad at me. I can't even imagine what I'm supposed to deal with when I get off of this live. Because I've been obedient. I did 5 days for y'all last week, and I'm gonna do 5 days for y'all this week. But I'm one of the most resilient, and I have a lot of courage. So affirm yourself. I am resilient in the face of challenges. Thank you, Nappy. I know you writing it for me. I know you're dictating it for me. I am resilient in the face of challenges, and I'm courageous. I am resilient in the face of challenges, and I'm courageous in making decisions that benefits the greater good for myself. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about you. You got to get focused on you. Stop worrying about everybody else. You can't even worry about the kids during this time. You can't worry about your spouse, your lover, anybody. You can only worry about, you got to impact yourself, right? I am resilient in the face of challenges, and I'm courageous in making decisions. When you're faced with a tough decision, that hard pill to swallow, should I leave? He don't make me feel good. Should I leave? Should I stay? If you choose to stay, you got to be resilient and you got to be courageous. You can't stay on the weak end. You got to stay on the strong end, or you're going to be broken. And you're going to go back into the stinking thinking, and you're going to hold them thoughts for longer than 3 minutes. And it's going to break your body down. So I am courageous in making decisions. I'm courageous in making decisions that benefit the greater good for myself. Y'all feeling me? This is the practice. This is the reason why what I do is not the popular. Because who wants to do this work? Who want to show up and do this work every day? But it's the gap in your massive success. It's your gap in your massive healing, even in your physical body. If you can figure out how to increase your emotional intelligence, how to increase your self-love, all gaps will be closed. I didn't say you was going to live a perfect life, because not even I live a perfect life, and I do this work every day. But I have all the control. Even the 10% that I don't have control over, I now even figured out how to have control over the 10%, right? Because they say that we really only have like 90% control, because we can't control Mother Nature. We can't control how we do community with other people, because we don't know how those other people will impact us. But we can control our emotions through the process. When it's raining outside, I don't have to be gloomy when it's rain. I can go and dance in the rain. I can enjoy the pitter patter in my window and just, I don't know, enjoy the serenity of the rain. You figure it out, right? You got to figure it out. So when we're getting deep into like these positive talks that we have with our self-love and our acceptance and our compassion and understanding who we are and our resiliency and our courage, these are the things that you need to speak life into yourself. And you can create your own positive self-talk with yourself, right? So the last thing that I want to do is I had took some notes right here, because I'm like, okay, LaKendra, you're a little woo-woo, which I am. I'm a whole lot woo-woo. And everybody don't get woo-woo people, right? Because we be in our own little mindset all the time. Hold on. So I got a little double screen here, and I'm trying to use my mouse here. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna be able to pull it up. Let me just scroll down. So this is like for my everyday people, right? You ain't woo-woo and you just want some easy stuff to do because, hey, I don't believe in all that stuff, but I'm working on myself. I'm trying, okay? In our own little mighty world. Right. So I was thinking about, okay, LaKendra, what are some strategies that you could give to help others kind of like get into the process of transforming their thoughts. Maybe they're not disciplined enough to speak positively to themselves, like at a 3 minute, duration. So how can we impact the subconscious mindset without us really knowing? So I'm going to give you some strategies. All right. I want you to write these down. If you're listening, you can type them out. That way, if I talk too fast or whatever, it'll help somebody else. Because remember, this is the heart community, and this is how we help each other. So when you're just on it every day, if you will implement practicing active listening to positive podcasts or audiobooks, that's easy. If you're already a podcaster, or if you like reading, like put some of those mystery books up and those romance books and all the things, and just get you like one good positive book or one good positive audiobook or podcast, and add that to your weekly routine, not even daily, because all we need is just a little bit. That's one beautiful thing about the body. It is so adaptive. It's so adaptive. We're like chameleons. So whatever we give it, it's like, ooh, it's like you tasted something good for the first time, and your body be like, oh, what was that? That's chocolate. Oh, we like chocolate now. Give us some more chocolate. So you got to introduce yourself to things that you would normally do. And sometimes we don't know what to introduce ourselves to because no one has told us. So I'm sharing it with you, right? It costs you nothing. So active listening. What is active listening? You're listening without doing this on your phone. You're really paying attention to the 30-minute, to the hour. So audiobooks are just a good positive book. A self-help book will be great. Get you a good self-help book and just kind of, spend a little time with it. It don't have to be every day, but just implement it to your routine, right? The other thing which transformed my life last year, when I got back from Kenya last year, it was just like my body had just released so much cortisol. It had released so much, and I was just in this high positive energy. Engage physical activity, some type of physical activity. It will profoundly impact your mood. Whether mine was bike riding. I don't like walking. It's just boring. Because I have an interactive mind, and I'll never just get to where I'm trying to go because I'm going to stop because I ain't seen a duck, I ain't seen a butterfly, I've just seen too much, and it's going to catch my attention, and I'm going to spend time, being in awe and ooh, because I'm woo-woo, right? So I ride my bike. That bike keeps me going. So whether you're riding your bike, you're walking, they just have all different types of things. I even bought a little bike rider that I can do while I'm sitting down watching television, because why? It impacts our mood greatly when we're moving. It could be dancing, maybe I do that too. Like I'm constantly and can't dance. You hear me? But let some music come on. I really wish that I could drop it. I wish that I had some Meg Thee Stallion knees, baby, because I would be constantly dropping it. But I just, God knew. He said I can't give her those knees because she'll be turned up all the time. But if I could, honey, that would be my favorite. I'll be twerking. I can't do none of that. But I'm going to move your body, work out, whatever, swim, run up and down some stairs, but you got to engage physical activity. If these are easy, aren't these easy? I'm not telling you, oh, you got to sit in kumbaya, you got to breathe, because everybody ain't into that. And this is an inclusive community. So we're going to practice active listening by audiobooks, podcasts, or just get a book to read. We're going to engage physical activity, right? This is my favorite. I just picked this up. Y'all see this? Baby, isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? This is my new hobby. Y'all see that? I created me a new hobby. So I make these fancy pens now. And y'all, it's a lot of money. I've invested a lot of money into this stuff. So I've picked up this and cultivated this hobby that brings me joy. Like when I feel bored and I get into my mind, like, oh, we bored, baby. I'm not going to think that, oh, we bored for 3 minutes. I just go to my hobby. It could be knitting. It could be, I don't know, drawing. It could be doodling. Did you know that doodling was a hobby? That was my hobby when I was growing up. I used to always doodle. It was something that my therapist had taught me because I have such an interactive brain. But if you just cultivate some type of hobby that brings you joy, it will increase the serotonin that you need in your body. It's the feel good. You want to get back into that feel good chemical, right? The bling, baby. And you already know I'm the bling lady, right? Right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I've picked up this hobby, which I'm a businesswoman, y'all. So I'm going to figure out how to monetize it and raise money for my nonprofit. The nonprofit that we have is called the Be Kind Community, where we provide free mental health services to people all around the world. And I have coaches that can serve in the community. And so I'm able to pay them a little stipend and bring these people in, for free so they can feel good. I'm gonna start selling these pens because ain't they cute? They are too cute, but I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm figuring it out. So that's another thing that you can do to increase the serotonin in your body. Also, my other favorite is just perform random acts of kindness. Can we all do that? Maybe you can be out and you're walking through a door and you see somebody behind you, and instead of letting the door hit you in the crack of you, you just hold that door open, say, hey, come on, I got you. Come on in here. Do you know how that lights up a person? Like, oh my, especially when they far, when they like way back there, and you already at the door, and you start to practice patience, right? And you say, hey, I'm just going to hold the door till you get here. And they be like, oh my gosh, that was so sweet of you. Random acts of kindness shoots our serotonin and all of the good endorphins in our body to the roof. It shoots it to the roof. That's why I tell people who are heavily depressed, listen, be depressed all you want to, but every day I need for you to get out and go do something for somebody else. And then when they come back home, they be like, oh, you be looking for the depression, right? Because you're so used to being depressed. So you be looking for it. You be like, I supposed to still be depressed. But you've shifted the chemical reaction in your body until now it's just kind of like a deja vu type of thing. It's like nostalgia in the body, and you're searching for something that don't exist no more. Baby, when I tell you we can trick the brain is so idiotic. It's that heart. It's the heart that y'all got to cultivate. That's why I call us the heart community, because I only cultivate the heart. The brain comes later, but the heart is what I be trying to get together. So last week we did a 5-day challenge where we cultivated the heart. This week I'm helping you with the brain, because it's where the foolery go down. Oh my gosh, yes, the domino effect of yes, the random act of kindness. So you get into that. So these acts of kindness shifts the focus away from what? Your negative self-talk. How can you be thinking negatively when you're helping somebody? How can you be thinking negatively when you're waiting for her to make it to the door? You looking at it like, look at her, because this is what I be doing. It'd be so funny. Like, I be playing games with myself because I be laughing because they, first they're just kind of like lackadaisical walking to the door until they see someone's holding the door for them, and then they scurry. And I just be like, I'll be laughing, and I put myself in a state of joy. Or Luby's is one of my favorite. Look, I don't know why y'all think folks who make money, like the only place we eat is like, 5-star. Baby, my favorite place to eat is at Luby's. I love Luby's, and I love going to eat inside of Luby's with my little computer and talk to all of the seniors because they have so much wisdom. And I literally will go in there and say, here's my card. This is for my food, and I want to pay for the next 50 meals or the next 30 meals. So Luby's love me in my community. They be like, oh, they're master coach, because they know what's going down. They know when she get in here, she has to pay for some more meals. Okay, look, that Luann platter, baby. I'm greedy, and I don't never get the Luann platter. I just always get I always get the full meal and never eat it all. I need to stop wasting food. But I love that. I love that about myself. Tell me something that you love about yourself, the acts of kindness. Because look, let's just toot our horn right now. Tell me something that you love about yourself that you do to perform acts of kindness. Go ahead and let's just go ahead and increase right now. We're working on increasing the feel good toxins, the feel good chemicals in our body and releasing the negative toxins. We're going to release it out. That's why you got to drink a lot of water. Because the more you feel better, hold on to it. Hold on to this. The spirit just told me to say it. The more you feel good, the more water you have to drink. Because remember, I told you our bodies is like a garden. And in order for anything to grow, it has to be watered, right? We got to water it. We got to nurture it. I'm so mad that I did not get up and go get my water, which means I'll be drinking water all night for almost an hour and 30 minutes. I haven't sipped any water. That's imposterous. Like, why did I do that? LaKendra, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to do better. As soon as we get off this line, we're going to do better. I'm going to nurture you because I love you. I love you so much. And I'm sorry that I even treated you this way for an hour and 30 minutes. It won't happen again. Y'all see, this is how I talk to myself all day long. I talk to myself like this all day long because the only person who can pour into me is me. And when you pour into me, when you be like, Master Coach, you the bomb diggity, that's you put me in the overflow because my cup is already full. I know how to put myself there. So when people say, man, good job, you're awesome, you look so nice today, man, girl, yeah, you boo, 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 boo. I'm in overflow, and that overflow is where I can give it to you. That's why I can show up 5 days. I showed up for y'all 5 days. I'm gonna show up for y'all 5 days because I'm in an overflow. Like I'm in grandness right now. Grand love. Remember I told you the monk said you want love, just become it. Become the love that you desire. I also keep money in my car to bless the homeless. I love that. I always leave blankets. I love that. Can y'all go and read these comments and just like? So go read everybody else's comments that they're writing. I randomly don't charge clients for a salon, baby. Can I? I need to get on that. I need to get on that list. Can I get on that list? Y'all go and celebrate each other. This is a community. Go and celebrate each other inside the comments. Go at and be like, yes, that is awesome, right? Because that's how we do. Just saying hello can make someone's day, right? Because some people go unnoticed all the time where people don't even say hello. Say hello. I love that song. I don't even know the name of the song, but it just played in my head. That's how creative my mind is, y'all. Okay, so what else? Acts of kindness. Oh, self-care. Just a routine of self-care. I'm giving you stuff that the girl next door can do, right? This stuff is not like outrageous. You don't got to spend no money on it or anything. This is stuff that is going to impact you with or without you ever coming to another one of my lives. You can take this and you can run it up and watch how you feel better. If you just incorporate well-being, taking care of yourself, like drinking water within the hour. Y'all feel me? Y'all know I be in reflection because I'm really dealing with myself right now. I'm dealing with myself that I've been on this live for an hour and 38 minutes and I ain't had no water. That bothers me. I normally have water sitting right here, but it got so good. Because why? The mind is so disruptive until it'll allow you. The mind, this is why we're talking about it this week. The mind will let you stay in negative thought, like a negative thought process, as if it's okay. And it ain't okay. What's up, Coach Matt? Hey, I love to make people laugh. or smile when checking out at the register. And I love you folks who be at the register and be like, hey, how you doing? How was your shopping experience? And I have a whole conversation with you, and the people behind me be like, ma'am, can you please go? Pay the woman, pay the man the money and go. I love that because it's just something about good, positive people. I just love it. I just love running into good, positive people. You've been on it. You hear me? Hey, I actually looked at my routine, Coach Matt. So I went back 3 years and I looked at my routine. For some reason, this is a deposit that I give freely to the world. It's at the beginning of the year. The energy is so beautiful at the beginning of the year where people lose. Like by March, we're back into our own mindset. So if I can help you stay in flow just by doing these challenges, like we did a 5 challenge last week, we're going to do a 5 challenge this week. If I can do that, then I am showing up and being the change that I wish to see in the world. And then after that, y'all probably won't see me no more because I'll be busy. Okay. So get all that you can. Listen, can you get all that you can from me now? Y'all better get it. Take it while you can. Okay. Because this is not the stuff that I do freely. I do it in my community, but I don't do it freely like this. So just show up and be a part. So we talked about self-care. The next one is this is my favorite one. Set realistic goals, y'all, and celebrate them. Set a goal for yourself for 5 days. Okay, it's 7 days in a week. Let's just set it for 7. And let's just say something so simple that I don't do. I just don't do it. I have a housekeeper, so I don't really have to do it. But when I do it, I go back to normalcy, right? I remember that this is some shit that I used to have to do all the time, or we get on a punishment, and that's wake up and make my bed up, and that's just get up and make my bed up. But I'm been spoiled because I shifted my lifestyle, so I have a housekeeper that just she loved doing it, and it's impeccable. I asked her to teach me how to make the bed up because I just be like it be like it's hard to get in it. It be so tucked and so pristine. But when I say I got this, I'm going to get up and do this for myself. And it may sound a little bougie, but I need for y'all just to hold space with me because remember, we're thinking about the negative self-talk, right? The mindset, holding it for 3 minutes, that's too long. Just release it and just know, oh, LaKendra has evolved in her self-care. That's all. That's the difference between me and you. You may do something and I may be like, oh, that's a little bougie. We all have our own things that we do, right? So I want y'all to get into practice of not judging people for when they speak their truth. Just embrace it and be like, dang, well, maybe I need somebody to be making up my bed. I don't know. Because you're doing something that, trust me, that I don't do, but I'm interested in what you're doing, right? You speaking on not drinking your water just reminded me to drink water. Yeah, listen, Sean, go get your water because I'm about to get off and go get mine, okay? So I want to run this down real quick and then I'm gonna be done, okay? Because like I've done my hour and 30. I gave y'all my 90 minutes. The other thing is limit over here. Limit exposure to negative media, negative social media, negative news, negative everything. Limit it. Can we get away from all of it? No. But we can limit what it is that we receive. If you do that, it'll stop burying itself in your unconscious mindset. There's 3 levels of mindset. You have your unconscious, you have your subconscious, and you have your conscious. Your conscious mindset, right now, we're all conscious with each other. I may have said something that triggered you. It is planted in your subconscious mindset. You need to go back and visit what I just said, that I have a housekeeper, triggered you. Where does it come from? So you can deal with that, right? Get it out your head. Just be like, oh, I'm celebrating that. Oh, praise God. So a Black woman got a housekeeper, baby, let's just celebrate it, right? Just let's learn how to celebrate each other in the consciousness that's coming from the subconscious and the unconscious mindset. If y'all follow that, put a 1 in the chat, because this is where we get buried as humans, because we have these triggers. We have these triggers that's being propagated through negative media. Negative media is the reason why we can't stay out of the negative mindset, because we're constantly in programming, all of the programming constantly. Oh, for some reason I'm crossed over to the plastic surgery, because I've been talking about, oh, I think I need to get some liposuction. And for some reason, I'm crossed over to that side, and all I see is the body shaming and the this and the that and the lack of love and all of the things. And so I had to redirect the algorithm, because that ain't where I want to be. That's not where I want to be. I want to have control over the decisions that I make, not because I'm being, propagated on, shaming my own body and not loving myself. I love myself in all sizes. I'm in a size 2 to a 20 in my lifetime. I'm in all sizes. So I know what the runway model LaKendra look like and what the plus size model LaKendra look like. And so we gotta, that exposure, y'all, that exposure to negative media is so important. What you're engaging into is so important. And then the use of positive language. We already did an exercise. Y'all remember the exercise? Go run it again. Go run it again, because we're not gonna spend time there, but you got to get back into positive language. And then you got to journal. You got to start just those negative thoughts. But LaKendra, it's hard to release it. I get it. But if you get something to write, it down, like, you got to disrupt the mindset, and you got to trick the mindset in thinking it won. So all you got to do is get something and write it down. I can't stand his black ass. He get on my nerves. And I just wish he would walk and trip over a rock and sprain his ankle so he can stop saying that to 3 a.m. and come home and spend time with his kids and his woman. Sometimes you just got to write it out. Write your own. When I tell y'all, listen, I was gifted and talented in leadership and creative thinking and writing. That's how my mind can go there. Because trust me, my man don't do that. Because we wouldn't be together. But whoever story that was, baby, I wrote it down for you, so you don't gotta worry about it no more. But you gotta release it. You gotta shift the energy, and you gotta release it. And then my last one is just seek out positive relationships. If you like the time we spent with each other, follow me and follow everybody else that's here, because they're all positive, which means the probability of them having positive content on their page is very, very high versus the foolery stuff. So you got to seek out positive relationships. And you got to encourage cultivating relationships with more positive people, more supportive people, more uplifting people. And you have to get into the rhythm of you even being positive, having positive exchanges. Y'all feel me? Hey, Tony, keep shining. Hey. So that's it. That's all of day one. We went way over, but day one is always the heaviest of the challenge, right? Those of you who spent last week with me, baby, day one tore us up. I was in reflection for 2 days after day one. Day one is always the heaviest. So I want to encourage you, and I want to encourage you to understand the power of your thoughts. And how the power of your thoughts is not just a thing. It's a whole breakdown of who you are emotionally, physiologically, whatever that word is, mentally, spiritually. And it's the reason why it's so hard for us to get back on track. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Master Coach Lakendra. I'm the owner and founder of the Global Life Coach Training and Entrepreneur Institute, where I help leaders lead with love by teaching them the power of coaching principles, which helps them to take massive responsibility for themselves so they can help others through their journey. And so we are on our 5-day positive mindset challenge. This is day 1. Day 2, I'll be back. So tune in, make sure you are subscribing to me, or put the little bell and whistle on to let you know that I'm live, or follow these people that are on here. Follow these people who are on here. And so when they share it out, you will be on their share list to say, hey, the queen is here. She on the screen. So I appreciate y'all. I'm just going to go and chill out now. Chill out. Drink me some water. I can't believe I ain't drinking water. Drink me some water, but trust me, I'll never do that again. So thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and blessings, and I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Bye for now. And bye for now over here.